what's the relationship like, then and now, GDs, BDs, and they see these West Coast influenced gangs start coming into their city? What do you know what the initial, what they were initially thinking? Were they accepting? Were they not accepting?
From what I know with the history and talking to people, OGs, initially it wasn't very accepted, especially the Bloods. It was more of a Crip and GD type of thing. There's no BDs here. No, I mean, you might got some individuals, but not too many here at all. And like I said, initially it wasn't accepted, but now it's just a part of everyday culture, man. And like you said, it's amazing how the Bloods came from way from California, thousands of miles away to here, and you wouldn't believe how many different types of Bloods there is here.
Mm. Now, I know you spent time behind bars. When did your journey into getting incarcerated? When did that begin?
Around the age of 15, it started off with the juvenile homes, going to high security placements, escaping from low security placements. So I was always in and out of trouble, but my adult struggle didn't come to I was 25. I had got sentenced to 1 to 4 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections, and I ended up doing the whole 4 years. We were catching, various cases, tickets, and things like that.
Let's talk about juvie hall. What was juvenile hall like for a young man such as yourself? And I know you said that's right around the time you got jumped in. Specifically, what's it like for someone who is part of a gang going into juvenile hall?
Well, when you already a part of a gang, you got a couple people to have your back. You already got a little bit of clout. People probably already know you or heard of you or whatnot. But initially going into juvenile hall, just like prison, I was pretty nervous. It was a new environment. I never seen young men that aggressive, and it was an adjustment for me. Like I said, I was pretty scared until I got into my first fight, and I fared well, and people started liking me and gravitate towards me. After that, it was pretty easy selling because I could always think.
What was your experience with the COs? And I guess COs is not the right word. Well, the people who worked, to keep the juvenile hall safe and things like that. Did you guys have issues with them?
No, I didn't. It was a crazy dynamic of people there. It was some strictly, about the rule book, and then you got others that played loosely. They would, if they liked you, they would bring things in. If they didn't like another inmate, they would, pay food. And at the time, food was valuable there. Food or liquor or marijuana that have you assault them. So it was pretty crazy. But for the most part, I loved everybody that worked there, and I see them downtown to this day or out and about in the city, and we still cool and remember each other.
That's what's up. So 15 years old, you do your time in juvie hall, you get out. What's next for Petty Tupac?
Yep, I do 2.5 years in juvenile. I get out. I'm pretty smooth selling, living a normal life for about a year and a half. And slowly but surely, when you hang around the same people, you reintroduce to what you were doing in the streets. And I went back. I reverted and ended up going to prison a short time later.
Now, I want to talk about some of your videos, ones that I didn't watch specifically, but the titles caught my eye, and I would love for you to go a little bit more deep into it. You have a video titled "What They Don't Tell You When You're Joining a Gang. They Don't Care About You Going Home." Can you break that video down?
Yeah, I've done multiple videos just warning the youth on different scenarios when they join the gang, because they don't tell you everything. They make it so they glamorize it. See, we got your back. We doing this. We trying to do this. We trying to better the community. So they sell you all this BS. But when you join, a lot of people become crash test dummies. And I've seen situations in prison where men were about to go home, had their parole, and they didn't jump in a fight or didn't retaliate when they were told to. And they end up getting stabbed or stabbed by outside source the gang hired because they wouldn't follow directions. So, basically they don't care if you're going home. When it's on the floor, when it's people mad, when they're trying to protect the reputation, you have to sacrifice that. So I know guys that, have 1 to 10 and they're on their 8th year, because when the gang call you, your number get pulled, you gotta go. You gotta do what you gotta do. So to anybody out there that's listening, to at-risk youth or thinking about joining gang, it's not all what it's cracked up to be. When it's time to put in that work, you're going to have to put in that work.
Thank you for saying that, because that's the number one mission with my channel, is to keep kids off the streets, and to keep them out of prison or an early grave. And that's what caught, that's why your content caught my eye, and I see you're on that same mission. So once again, I just want to appreciate you for doing that, because there's so much bullshit on YouTube right now of people going the opposite direction and glorifying this shit and it's cool and this and that, and you're telling it straight like it is. This is bullshit. Don't join this life.
Exactly.
I told her I loved her. The records. I told her I loved her. But the records started skipping. The records started skipping. And she told me I was tripping. She said she wanna see the city, but she don't wanna ride the city bus. Because she's new to the town, naive eyes look for truth that is lost in the sound. Brains are lost in the cloud, dead from all of the smoke. That's the reason why the ostrich hides his head in the ground. That's the reason why the monster even puts on a mask. And we turn the city green to blend in with the grass. The city scene made a crash, I fell in love with it twice. Had to tell her goodbye cause she fell in love with the night. I couldn't keep up, I tried to bring her down from the sky, but the clouds were so nice that she took a nap for a while. And when she woke up, I finally had a kid and a lady. Bone told me he saw the other day with the baby. Ain't life crazy? I think about it once in a while when it's cloudy outside and the sun goes.
None of these drugs do what they supposed to. Yeah. And what's the point of hurting people that you're close to? Yeah. Most of my life I've been following stars, knowing I ain't really had to go that far. Come to find out it's the truth I already knew. Yeah.
Spinning out a cylinder, moving, I'm in reverse. Committing crimes of passion, judging jury at first. But I love that girl, been my woman since day one. Had a couple of kids in the house, the job done. So what happened, why we ain't loving no more? Maybe I should take some blame instead of taking the score. But me and more don't go, I'm begging you gotta change. We can work it out even through pleasure and pain. You gotta chill with the liquor, girl, you get too friendly. Who you talking to, baby? That's my man Henry. That's what I'm talking about, baby, just sit your ass down. You wanted to have some fun, me take you out on the town so you can shake a tail feather. Maybe we cut a rug, drinking and driving on the low key. Rum in a jug, give me a hug, wrong nigga, baby. You drive your nigga crazy in the morning, won't remember shit. I know it's kinda hazy.
None of these drugs do what they supposed to. Yeah. And what's the point of hurting people that you're close to? Yeah. Most of my life I've been following stars, knowing I ain't really had to go that far. Come to find out it's the truth I